This program contains true stories of rescues. All of the 911 calls you will hear are real. Whenever possible, the actual people involved have helped us reconstruct the events as they happened. We begin at a local high school in the small town of Tipp City, Ohio, on the morning of May 9th, 1988. 17-year-old Tess Donauer was a senior at the school.
I was walking to class, and it was about 5 till 8, so everyone was, talking to their friends and just getting ready for class. And I was looking for Mr. Suter, which is why I saw it happen. I was walking into the cafeteria to give Mr. Suter my pass to get out of study hall for the day.
Over here.
Mr. Suter was just gathering papers, getting his attendance sheet out. Mr. Suter! To see someone collapse and not breathe and just die in front of you was really, really scary. And immediately, instinct, I ran to the office. I said, Mr. Suter fell down, call the ambulance. She told me to go down and get Mr. Judy, who knew CPR.
Someone in the office called the police, while teacher Irv Collins ran to help.
I remember thinking that I'd better get to that cafeteria as quickly as I can. Ralph had already started turning blue. His eyes were clouded over, and he was frothing at the mouth. If I had a Kleenex, I remember cleaning that out of his mouth and then checking his jugular vein to see if there was any pulse. At that time, I could feel nothing.
Everybody, please move back. Get out of the cafeteria.
I knew that it was a very serious situation, and I didn't want the kids to be around Mr. Suter.
Tipp City Emergency Service, Squad 1, this is your call.
At 7:59 a.m., a call for help went out to the town's volunteer emergency rescue unit.
7:59.
Tess found health teacher Jim Judy, a certified CPR instructor, in his classroom.
I had in the back of my mind that it might be a coronary just because of the risk factors. He didn't exercise, he was a smoker, plus his age, that I knew that it just might be a heart attack.
Jim, there's no pulse, no breathing.
I went to go in, but the teachers were pushing all the students out, so I just kind of stood back and watched.
1, 2, 3.
I thought it was hopeless. It just seemed like forever for the rescue squad to get there.
When we continue.
I was just amazed that this teacher, who I had, was lying there dead on the floor.
It had been 5 minutes since high school teacher Ralph Suter had suffered a heart attack during study hall.
1, 2, 3.
Volunteer rescue workers met at the station to pick up their vehicles and headed to the scene. 26-year-old paramedic Gary Jackson was in charge.
I had a lot of alarm bells going off on this run for some reason in my mind that it was going to be a bad one. Keep in mind, when a person's heart stops or they stop breathing, you have 4 to 6 minutes to get oxygen back into that system before brain damage sets in.
1, 2,
Ralph
3,
was not blinking his eyes. He had no pulse. For all practical purposes, Ralph was gone. But we just felt like we could not give up because Ralph was a very close friend.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Starting to vomit again.
Come on, Ralph. Come on, Ralph. Hang on there.
Both paramedic Jackson and EMT Todd Stalker had graduated from the same school less than 8 years earlier.
The things that were running through my mind at that point were, I don't know who this person is yet, and I'm really afraid to find out.
3, 4, 5.
I walked the cafeteria, I was shocked when I saw who they were doing CPR on. And I immediately recognized Mr. Suter, having been a former student of his in sophomore chemistry class.
1, 2, 3, 4.
A friendly
5.
teacher, a good teacher. Anybody had a specific problem, he'd more than willing to stay after class or even stay after school to help you out with it.
Hat set up. Let's see what he's got on the monitor.
Okay. We got BFib.
Okay, very shocking.
Charge paddles.
I was scared because I hadn't really been on that many cardiac arrests.
Go BFib.
I was just amazed that this teacher who I had had was lying there dead on the floor.
1, 2, 3. Okay, let's hit him again. 200 again. Okay.
In VFib, the heart is basically quivering. There's no pump action. The electrical activity is very disorganized. Our protocol for people in VFib is immediate counter shocks.
Go BFib.
Okay, one more time. Let's hit him at 300 this time.
Everyone clear.
Clear.
I was frustrated and very discouraged when the first 3 initial shocks didn't work. They teach you in class, if you're going to convert somebody, you're going to convert them on the first or second shock. I was handed our initial cardiac drugs. I administered those drugs per protocols with no change in the electrical activity of the heart. At this point, I decided that we needed to shock him one more time at maximum wattage and go ahead and load and go to the hospital regardless of what we got.
Okay, we got a rhythm. We got a pulse to go with that?
Yes, we got a pulse.
Okay, let's get him up.
Everybody was elated.
The tension in the room was let out. You could breathe again. It's one of the first true conversions of an arrest patient that I'd ever witnessed in the field.
1, 2, 3.
The immediate administration of bystander CPR by Mr. Judy and Mr. Collins in this situation gave the squad something valuable to work with when they got on the scene. My concern, what degree of brain damage were we going to have here?
I got the doors.
He was in a coma. It's during that time that I was the most concerned whether we had been effective giving CPR.
It's not responding to painful stimuli.
After 20 minutes without a heartbeat, Ralph Suter entered Stouder Memorial Hospital in critical condition with little hope for a full recovery. Doctors tried to prepare his wife, Diane, for the worst.
When the neurologist told me that Ralph might be in a coma for a long time, I was numb. And he said the longer he was in a coma, the more neurological damage there probably was going to be.
Can you hear me, Ralph?
From the very first moment that I went in and took his hand and told him that I was there, it was just very evident that he was fighting and that he wanted to get out of this. It was evident for the next 6 weeks.
Perhaps in part because of Diane's faithful support, Ralph came out of the coma suffering only temporary memory loss. After undergoing heart bypass surgery, Ralph was back teaching that same fall.
Today, Ralph is one of the happiest guys I've ever known. He's changed his whole lifestyle. He quit smoking cigarettes, he's watching his diet, and he seems so much more relaxed.
How many of you will be working on the autobiographies? And how many of you on Lotus?
Ralph cannot forget his fellow teachers and former students who were there when he needed them most.
It's very difficult to put into words how you feel about people who saved your life. I feel very close to them. I feel very close also to the people who supported me in the school after the incident.
I'm totally lost when it comes to computers. You taught me a lot about science, which is something I really didn't care about.
Mr. Stewart took chemistry, made it interesting, made it exciting, showed the practicality of chemistry in everyday life. I feel great to see Mr. Stewart out back teaching. It gives me a good feeling that I played at least a small part in making that possible, to bring him back, to give him that chance to lead a full life.
I was so happy that I could, come back from having him as a teacher giving him all the trouble that I did, and then ended up saving his life. So it was amazing.
I think knowing CPR is one of the most important things that anyone can do for themselves and anyone else around them. It's not just something that people say. It really does save lives.
Over here on this side.
Even the children realize that we've been given a gift of extra time here.
Watch for cars.
Ready?
Come to the hill. Ready?
I can't imagine being without Ralph. I can't imagine our family without him, the children or myself.
It's made me realize the abilities that I have, and it's given me time that I think I will make very good use of, or at least I will try to. And I'm very appreciative of that time.
Feels great, Carrie. Keep it up. Okay.
Next. She's hurting my mom.
Do you know who the person is there that's hurting your mom?
No. Hurry up. I need to move for you now.
Okay.
We try to prepare our children to deal with any emergency, but we never know how they'll react until they're face to face with one. That moment came for 7-year-old Brian Jennings in a small town in Indiana, just before dawn on October 1st, 1989. At 5 a.m., a call came in to dispatcher Melissa Troxel.
911, do you have an emergency?
My mom, it's a little kid. My mom, there's somebody here, and she's hurting my mom.
She's hurting your mom?
Yes.
What's she doing?
She's yelling her head off.
Okay, well, I want you to stay on the phone with me, okay? My partner's going to have a policeman come to your house, okay?
Okay.
In the beginning, I felt that he said, she's hurting my mother.
255, have a young 69 on 911.
So initially, we felt the call was between two females.
19.
From 3 miles away, Officer Steve Ambrose was immediately dispatched to the scene.
What's your name?
Brian Jennings.
Brian?
Yes.
Okay, how old are you, Brian?
7.
You're 7? Okay, my name's Melissa. Where's your mom at in the house now?
In her room.
She's in her room?
Yeah.
Upstairs?
No, it doesn't have an upstairs.
Okay, you don't have an upstairs. Do you know who the person is there that's hurting your mom?
Hurry up.
The policemen are coming out there. I'm just going to stay on the phone, okay? Do you have any brothers or sisters that are there?
Yeah, one brother.
How old is he? He's 3. Where's he at?
In my bedroom, isn't it? Are the police coming now?
Yeah, the police are on their way there.
Okay.
Okay.
I could feel more for him because having a son that age, I know how desperate kids can become. It's hard to explain to a child that someone is on the way. They'll be there momentarily. Momentarily to a 7-year-old, I'm not sure is the same as to an adult.
Is it just your mom and this other lady that are there? Is there anybody else?
No, it's a man.
Oh, it's a man?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said it was a lady.
At that point, you put it in a little bit different perspective. It made me more frightened.
When I found out it wasn't just another domestic dispute, your train of thought automatically switches because you don't know if the man has a weapon, what his intent is, what his motive is. You don't know why he's there.
Do you know who he is?
No.
Okay. Did your mom tell you to call the police?
No, I didn't do anything, so you wouldn't see me. I just came out in the kitchen and called you. Hurry.
Hon, they're coming, okay? Can you hear them?
No.
Okay.
Are they coming?
Yeah, they're coming. I'm just going to have you stay on the phone, okay? That way I know where you're at, okay? Is your brother sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to move for you now. Okay, hon, they're on their way, okay?
It seemed like a very long wait. It's hard to listen to anyone that's in an emergency situation. But when you have a little boy on the line that's crying and he knows his mom is being hurt, and you don't know by who, and you don't really know what's happening, it's even worse.
Can you hear your mom? No. Or the guy? No. Okay. They're coming. I know it seems like it takes a while, but it's only been a couple minutes.
I felt frightened for Brian. He reached a point where he would start to sob, and he questioned his own safety. He seemed like he felt very alone at that point.
They're coming. You what? To protect you? Yeah. Did they try to hurt you? I think they're going to try. Why do you think that?
I was en route to the call with my overhead red lights on. When I came near the neighborhood itself, near the street, I shut them off. Not knowing exactly which house it was, I had to use my spotlight to shine on the house itself to get the correct house number.
What? Brian?
There was no noise. I couldn't tell where he was or what was happening, and that's pretty scary when you lose your caller at the other end for an unknown reason.
As I was approaching, it was very hard to see the front door because of a line of shrubs. The door swung open, and I went for cover because I didn't know who it was that was coming out the house. The little boy came out, started running towards me and said, "Help me, Mr. Policeman." And that's when I heard the car starting and gravel spinning and the car taking off.
You're right here. I'll be right back.
I told the little boy to stay where he was, and I went back and got into my car.
What's going on? The policeman in the area. Tell me what's going on.
The police. I'm sorry. I just got here. Brian, tell me what happened. The guy just went out the back door.
Do you know who it was?
No.
Did he get in the car?
Did he get in the car, Brian? Yes.
Yes, he got in the car.
232, believe that will be your vehicle. The young 59 just stated he fled the house and entered the vehicle.
As he came out of the alley onto a side street, I got in behind him, and that's when the high-speed chase began. Speeds were reaching around 80 miles an hour, going through side streets, disregarding stop signs, yield signs, through highways.
Jackson travel.
We're fleeing westbound at this time. All cars stand by.
232.
Norm, we're back on strong now. From Napanee, back on strong.
Advisor 20.
Norm, we're going south. Stand by.
Are you okay? It's okay. They're gonna try to get him, okay?
We're on Dorsey now. Rainbow Bend.
He came to a curvy street. He was going too fast and lost control, and I blocked him to the front. The second car came in from behind and blocked him in where he couldn't get out.
Get on the car! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
They have caught who they believe is him right now.
Okay.
Okay, they haven't come back with a description to us, but it's the one they followed that was driving quickly out of your neighborhood right at that moment. I want you to just sit down and try to relax.
Okay.
The man arrested that night was found guilty of sexual assault, burglary, and resisting law enforcement. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison. 9 months after the incident, Brian's mother remains grateful for her son's quick thinking and courage.
I'm extremely proud of Brian. He reacted very maturely. In a lot of respects, I feel that Brian saved my life. If he had not made the phone call when he did, I truly believe the man could have killed me.
When I heard my mom screaming, I knew I should go and call 911. I knew what to do, but I was really scared because I didn't want him to come out and start hurting me because I was calling the police on him.
Brian handled the situation very smartly because he didn't go into the room where his mother was at. He was very quiet when he made the initial call. He talked in a very low voice to me. He stayed very calm, and I think that Brian listened very well and just did an excellent job.
The boys and girls should know how to call 911. When you call 911, the police comes and help you.
It's important that kids should know to call 911 because you could be in a lot of danger, and when you do that, it helps whoever got hurt. And I feel really good that my mom didn't get hurt because I love her a lot.
Step out of the car, please.